Hi guys, you're welcome back to Mitch Feeds. Here we learn tips, tricks, and techniques of making beautiful and of course amazing outfits. So guys, this is the continuation video from my previous tutorial teaching you how to draft, cut, and sew this very beautiful trending dress with side godets on the both hip sides, and these godets are with gathers. This dress is a very beautiful and easy to sew dress. So I'll be showing you how to use your patterns to cut out on your fabric and stitch all the pieces together. So without wasting much time, I'll go straight into this tutorial. Guys, I want you to follow the pattern of this fabric and how it is laid on the table. So know that this dress is a very long dress, which is about 62 inches, and this is how I am going to be placing my paper on my fabric. Let me show you guys something. This is the back pattern, and placing it this way on my fabric will be totally wrong because I will not be able to achieve the full length of this dress placing it this way on my fabric. Usually Ankara is about 45 inches in length, so I'll be doing it the other way around. First, let me explain this drafted pattern paper for you guys if this is your first time on my channel, or if this is your first time seeing this very tutorial. So this is a dress with side godet with gathers, or you can say side gathers but from the hip side. This is the back pattern, which already has this zipper allowance on it but doesn't have any extra allowance by the side, and I'll be placing that directly on my fabric. So this is the waistline, and from that waistline to this point you'd measure 4 to 4.5 inches, and that is where the godet will be starting from. So this is the front pattern. I am placing the both side by side for you to have a proper view of the both of them. Guys, if you check the front pattern, you see that I ruled and cut the side bust dart. This I did in case you would want to have a dart by the side of the bust. For this dress I did not use any dart for it, so that is why I didn't bother to explain further. But if you'd love to take that by the sides of your bust, please go ahead to include it while drafting out your pattern. So I'm switching this back pattern this way for the sides to face each other, so you can properly understand that the sides need to align, like the front side and the back side need to align, and so you'd understand the difference between the front and the back pattern. And as you can see, the front pattern is quite small while the back pattern is wider because of the center back, which has the zipper allowance. So I'll take this both away, but I'll bring back the front pattern to show you guys with the cutout piece from the front pattern. So this is the front pattern back, and this is the cutout piece. If you followed my previous tutorial, which is the part one of this tutorial, you would understand fully. I said from this waistline I'd measure 4 inches downwards, 4 to 4.5 inches, but for this dress I am using 4 inches for our godet. So guys, on the lower part of this dress I measured out 2 inches for this part. You can actually do 1.5 inches if you want it to be a little bit thinner from the hemline, which is absolutely fine too. But for this dress I am using 2 inches on the hemline, and going upwards on this line I'll be doing 5 inches just to have like a nice curve line from this point to the end of this dress. So guys, I'm placing my tape on my paper to be sure I have the right measurement for this design, because if you mess up with your paper drafting, I assure you you'd mess up with the right fitness for your dress, except the correction was made along the line or along the way. But if you finish up your dress without checking for mistakes earlier, I tell you, fixing those problems later on will be so much stressful for you, and you do not want to go there. So guys, these are my drafted papers on my fabric, and you can see that I have added my side seam allowance, and I've also added my sewing allowance from where the godet will be starting from. You can see the center back and the center front, that they are at the edge of my fabric. And I also want you to see how these papers are placed on my fabric. So these papers are placed this way because this is the only way I can achieve the full length for this dress. Like I said earlier, this dress is 62 inches, but I measured out 63 inches, which is 1 inch for my hemming allowance. Please guys, if this is your first time on my channel, please do not forget to hit on that subscribe button, click on the like button, and also share this video so more people can get to learn this also. Then for the lining, I cut it same way as the main fabric. I'll be using this lining to turn the neckline and also to turn the sides and the center back of my dress. So for the cutout piece, which is the godette for the both hip sides, like I said in the part 1 of this tutorial, that I'll be showing you how to use your free hand to cut this out. So you can see the way I placed it on my fabric, and I also want you to observe the pattern of the fabric. It is different from the way it was cut out with the center back and the center front of the dress. So this is where we'll be joining this cutout piece to the dress, and then this will be the side of the dress. At this top, I'll be adding half-inch allowance, and that top will serve as the gathers for this dress. The length of this cutout piece is almost the length of the Ankara fabric, while the width I'll be using for these gathers is about 30 inches, including my sewing allowance. So guys, I hope that is understood. If not, please ask your question in the comment section. Next, I'll be using this fishnet on the inside of the goddess, which is the gathers area. This net is what we usually use on the inside of ball gowns that gives it that puffiness that you see and that you like. That is what we'll be using for this dress to give it that very nice shape and a beautiful look. This net is going to be in between the main fabric and the lining. I'm going to show you the length to cut for this net. I'm not going to use this whole length like this. I'll cut the length and the shape that I'll be attaching to the inside of the dress. When I cut out the shape of this dress, this is where the gathers is going to start from this point. I'm going to start the gathers from this point all the way to the sides, and I'll be cutting this net into two, like in half, so that it will not be too long and disturbing inside the dress. So this is the actual length I'll be using for the net, as you can see, and I measured about 16 inches for the length. You can do 17 or 18 inches depending on how tall you are, but for this I'm using 16 inches. This part will be the part I'll be gathering, that is the top part. Alright, I'll place this directly on my lining to explain better. I'll be sewing this net and the lining together before gathering them together. So I'm going to gather this part and end it here, like I said earlier, and then I'll trim off any excess if need be. Because I didn't draft this piece out, I used my free hands, so I'll avoid any error before finishing. Now I have used my lining to turn the main fabric, and before doing that I went ahead to use my pressing iron to attach paper stay to the main fabric and the lining to give this material some weight. So you can see what I did for the center back, which is the zipper allowance. I've turned the zipper allowance and also turned the side seam of this dress. I have turned in the shoulder line and also turned in the armhole. You can see how neat they look. Also, for this part of the dress, I'll turn in these rough sides with my lining. I would first attach the main fabric of the cutout piece to the dress and then use my lining to close up the rough edges. So guys, you can see how the inside of this dress looks without any dart, and it is actually very firm because I attached paper stay to the fabric, and that is the white material you can see around here. So I'll take this to my sewing machine to stitch using 1 inch allowance because that was what I added while drafting out my pattern for this dress. In case you are wondering how this dress is going to have a good fit, especially around the bust and the under bust area, because it is absolutely dartless, you don't have to worry about that, because that is one good use of the straps that will be at the back of this dress to give it a very good fit and also add to the style. These straps are the ropes you see right on my table, and before holding my 1 inch side seam allowance, I am going to be attaching the strap holder to the side of the dress. I'll attach to the bust area and also to the waist area. So you can see I have already marked out my 1 inch side seam allowance before doing this. Now I am going to cut out 6 inches for my strap holder. So I am measuring out 6 inches as you can see, and I'll be cutting out 3 for each side of this dress. One will be placed on the waistline, on the under bust, and also on the bust line. I'll go ahead to mark out the points that I'll be stitching the straps holder to. This is to make it easy when sewing the straps to the dress, or just use your tape to measure out the points. Like this, it is 3 inches apart, so using your tape it will be much easier and much more accurate when stitching your strap holders to the both sides of your dress. So now that I am done marking out the first side, I'll go ahead to do the same thing for the second side of the dress. I will just mark out the same 3 inches as I did for the first, as you can see me do right here. So I'm checking out my point to be sure that it is accurate with the 3 inches of the first side. Guys, before I forget to mention, please, to get the size of this strap, measure out 1.5 inches on a very long fabric between the length of 60 to 70 inches, and then fold it in a bias form. After doing that, you'll be left with just half an inch. So I'm measuring out my strap holders because I'll be cutting out 6 pieces all together. Like I said earlier, 3 for each side of the dress. So guys, this is how I'll be stitching the straps holder to the dress. I'll fold it in two and then stitch it on the front part of the dress. That is before shaping the front and the back sides together. I would first stitch them on the 3 inches points I marked earlier with just half an inch. After doing that, I'll go ahead to shape the front and the back sides together. Now I'll take this to my sewing machine to work on, and then I'll bring it back for you guys to see how it looks like. So I am done with shaping the dress and also fixing the strap holders inside the dress. This is how it looks like right now. What is left for us is to attach our gathers to the sides of the dress, but before doing that, let me show you how it looks like on the back side. So you see how it looks like on the back side. The straps holders are going to be bent this way after adding the strap, that after using the straps to hold the dress, so it's going to help it fit well around the bust and the waist area. I'm going to be opening this center back to this point because I'll be attaching a zipper to it. Meanwhile, I've gone ahead to sew gathers on my cutout piece, and this is it right here. I've sewn the main fabric, I've also sewn the lining. Please take note that I put the gathers on the main fabric and the lining separately. So I made gathers on this fabric separate because I will be stitching the fabric, the cutout fabric, on the dress separately, while the lining and the fishnet will be sewn and gathered together. For this cutout piece, I'll start by sewing from the hip side down to the hemline. So please, before stitching this cutout piece to the dress, I would advise that you notch the center point where the gathers are to avoid one side longer than the other when you get to the hemline. Also to avoid the gathers from shifting more to one side of the dress. Now this is how the lining and the net looks like. You can see the length of the fishnet inside the lining. I'm going to put the main fabric on this lining for you guys to see how puffy it's going to be. This fishnet can actually be optional for you, but I tell you, adding this fishnet into the dress gives it more beauty. This is how the fishnets will be hidden in between the main fabric and the lining. So guys, I'll take this to my sewing machine to work on, and I'll bring it back to show you guys the final look. And here it is, our beautiful dress is completed. I have folded the hemline of this dress, which was the absolute last part to do. So guys, you can see that this dress is actually very easy to make and less time taking. So this is the back of the dress. You can see how the zipper is inserted nicely. You can see how the gathered cutout piece fits very well on the dress, and I absolutely love the way the pattern of the dress and the cutout piece mix together. For these strap holders, they will be standing like this until you add this rope or these straps to them to bring them backwards. So I'm going to fit the ropes to the dress for you guys to see how it's going to look like when it is worn. So guys, when you are done cross fixing the straps at the back, just go ahead to tie the ropes however you choose. But this is just me showing you how I am going to do mine. Mind you, the strap holders at the waistline are going to help you cinch the waist in a little, so they are not just there for fancy. This is how the inside of my dress looks like. Absolutely neat, as you can see. I'm just cutting off the ropes coming out from the dress because I really do not like to see all those things. So guys, you can see how beautiful and neat my dress is looking. I hope yours will be the same way or even better. Yeah. So guys, you can see the shape is shaping, and I'm going to show you the hemline to see how neat it looks also. The last step for me will be to take this dress to my pressing table to remove all these rumples. But meanwhile, you can still see how neat and beautiful the inside of the dress looks like. Even though the zipper is not finished inseam, that is in between the lining and the main fabric, it still looks very neat. And yes, neatness is very important in dress finishing. So guys, we have come to the end of this wonderful tutorial, and I hope you find this tutorial interesting and helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell for more tutorials, and I'll see you on my next one.